Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ATS Season 3. It has been a while since the last episode, because there have been so many things happening in the ETS2 world and in the streams that I haven't had time to go back. But now, we're back, and now let's go and explore. I think we haven't explored Oregon fully. We haven't given it so much justice. So we are still in Oregon, and we will be doing more deliveries here. Sounds really good. If you guys remembered the last episode, we ended up in Coos Bay. I think we took the route from Medford, was it? Took this very scenic route with lots of redwoods. And now we're starting in Coos Bay and we'll be delivering to Bend, I believe. And maybe we can pass by Eugene as well to unlock it. That's a very nice looking interchange, but I don't think we'll reach there. I think we'll be headed up north here, past Newport, passing through 20 East, and we'll see. And by the way, when you're watching this, Thanksgiving just finished. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, to our US friends. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and let us know about it. Tell us some stories. Be happy to hear how it went. What is that? Beacons on the gates, okay. And I'm sure people would be super excited now for the next step, which is Black Friday. Lots of shopping done and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to the stories of your different purchases. That's going to be our trailer. It is a Rocky Mountain double with house prefabs, that kind of thing. Some of the new cargoes that came in with Oregon. Not much action happening in the ATS world recently, at least compared to ETS2. But still, Oregon has not been released so far away, like 1 month or so. It's not been out for so long, and I don't think we've explored it enough yet, at least not in this profile. So I wanted to go back to it and enjoy it more. There we go. Perfect. That is 27 tons of prefabs. We don't have much fuel though, and 27 tons might be a bit heavy for this truck, but we will make it work. We'll I don't know, we'll crawl if needed, and we'll have to pass by the fuel station, get some diesel in before we get started. We don't want to stop halfway because we're out of fuel. So yes, we still have the T800, still have foggy weather, and now since the last episode, we have a fix now for foggy weather, so we shouldn't have those stuttering issues anymore, and should be proving to be a much better experience overall, much smoother. Now, I did want to pose a question to you guys, because recently the Volvo VNL by SCS also got released, but we already have our own truck. We already have the T800 and I'm loving this one. But do you want to switch to the Volvo VNL as our quote-unquote first truck? Because I can easily trade this in, get a Volvo VNL. But I don't know, so far I'm liking this truck, but I'm open to hear your opinion as well. Good there, good. Yeah, I kind of like the raw feel of this, because the Volvo VNL has that modern look, has that modern truck feel. This one has a more like classic look. Yeah, perfect workhorse. There's the fuel stop. So far, so smooth. Perfect. So we'll do a couple of updates. Ooh, look at that. That car actually turned in to get some fuel. Or I think he just made it as a U-turn slot. Yeah, I think so. I think he just made it his personal U-turn slot there. Or maybe he was just grabbing a bite in the 7-Eleven or whatever convenience store this is. Okay. Fueler up. Now our level is enough to get our own trailer, but The options are still very basic, and the price is not within our reach yet. It's 41k or 40 plus k, and we only have 35. So looks like we'll have to save up a bit more before we dive in. That's fine. So we can get to explore some of the other interesting trailers as well before we commit to our own. Maybe we can get some logging done or some other new cargo from Oregon. You might have seen as well from the past streams, I did show ATS. We did play ATS in the past Clumsy trucking streams. We tried out the Volvo VNL by SCS, and I did purchase Mexico Extremo 2.1. So after we finish exploring Oregon, after we're happy, we can go to Mexico and explore Mexico Extremo. Let's follow the rules here. Full stop. Wow, I'm actually falling. Didn't notice it was a bit of an incline. Good. Oh, and yes, also special transports are now here. I haven't seen any job yet in this profile. I think I will have to like refresh it for a bit before they pop up. But yes, that's one of the things we can do as well. I can get like a bigger engine, a more powerful engine, and then we can go and do some special transport in this profile, in this series. I think this truck would like that very much. We'll need to put in like a banner, some flags for oversized load, and some beacons, but I think all in all, it will be a perfect match. Very good. Don't think I need to reroute anything. Yeah, we are a bit slow though. If you look at the speedo, 15 miles. Acceleration is not the best. We are currently have a 10 speed Eaton Fuller only, so it's not the best for heavy haul. So we'll have to upgrade both our engine and transmission. Maybe get a decent 18 speed one for like multi-purpose thing. Something with 3 point something differential would be nice. We'll see. We will see. Yes, I just remembered that I had mods enabled for the foliage for the trees, so you can see like a bit of fall happening in here. Pretty soon, I guess I would have to switch it out for winter, huh? And I think Grimes has a winter version, so snow is indeed coming. Let me know if it's in your areas, especially if you're from the US, if it's already snowing in there, so we can switch it out. Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for more ATS updates, even though Special Transport just released. Everybody is already looking towards the new 1.33 update, which introduces a lot of physics improvements. Currently, that 1.33 is in public beta in ATS 2, but everyone is hopeful that it will soon come for ATS as well. I think they're just focusing on 1.33 in ATS 2 in Eurotruck because Baltic DLC is just around the corner, so they're making that ready, and then when it's stable, they'll also apply it for ATS. So no worries, we should be getting that soon as well. And don't worry, I did not miss this bridge. We will be taking a photo, because if you know me by now, I'm a sucker for bridges. Definitely have to take that screenshot right there. Let me see. In terms of looks, I think we have it locked in. Yes. Little bit of a drone shot there. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works perfectly fine. But just to be safe, let's also get one from this side. It might even be a more dramatic shot if we can like do a close-up kind of deal here. Like that. Yeah, I can't see it so much though. It's not as epic as that other shot, but this might. I'm just adding more options in here. So depending on what you see on the thumbnail, than that one. Okay, good. Perfect. 10 speed. Yeah, full speed now. Speed limit is 50 miles. Okay, we're good. Just going to hope that we don't hang somewhere, like no traffic and no hanging, no elevated areas. Just chill driving all throughout. One can hope, right? One can hope. And I am speeding up a bit. Slow down a little. Looks like there's also a construction up ahead. Have you guys seen traffic already? We have, right? Yes, there is traffic. Okay, because I'm wondering if I turned it off somehow. But no, it's good. It's good. Oh crap. Okay, 8th gear might do the trick. So what else? What else updates? Volvo VNL. There are a lot of work in progress sounds. Krishboom is working on his version. I think I'll definitely want to try that one, because as good as the sounds are of the Volvo VNL, the default sounds, some of the particular sounds I'm not a fan of, especially like the horn, the air horn and the normal horn from the Volvo VNL are not the best, to be honest. They're a bit they sound like a piano, a keyboard. Piano horn sounds. We are not fans. And I'm sure Krishboom can do a much better job than that. But the engine itself, the engine sound itself is so good now. But yeah, I think Krishboom can make that even better. With this, the view here, yeah, the coast, the trees, and the Whoa! Nothing happened, guys. No one saw anything, right? No one saw anything. I blame that Greyhound bus. No, it's me at fault. No excuse about it. That's what you get for being a rubbernecker. A rubbernecker looking at the accident and not slowing down. My bad. Now we're going to get a lot of ugly engine sounds and malfunctions, and that's all on me. I take full responsibility. Dang it. That's what you get when you do some clumsy trekking. Oh man. And the worst part of it, there you go, case in point. Oh my goodness, engine won't open. Engine won't start. There we go. 4th time's the charm. Oh my goodness, makes it even harder. Our cargo, yes, cargo is 1% damaged. Oh man, and this will be pretty expensive. I think the insurance company won't be liking us very much after this one. Our premiums will for sure increase, but hopefully we'll make it back somehow. Man, yeah, I did miss this scenery though. I did miss this scenery a lot. And crap, I almost forgot, because we had so much damage already. 10th gear is no longer available. If I go to 10th gear, it stays in neutral. So our highest gear now is 9, and we have to live with that. So that means I have to slow down a bit. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Phew. Right. Good thing is, we should be passing by Newport, so I should be able to drop by the mechanic and get it serviced, so we can get a fresh start. But maybe I shouldn't be the only one to blame. Maybe we can blame the erroneous random event that spawned in the middle of the guardrails. Maybe I can blame it on that. I don't know. We'll see. My goodness, this is a disaster. Okay, let's take it like that. Oh trailer I want. And yeah, you can see the Volvo VNL is now in traffic. Even if we don't have it ourselves, it's now part of the traffic. That's perfect. That truck that just passed us with the logging trailer, that was a Volvo VNL. That's SCS. And performance has been pretty good so far. Performance has been pretty nice, as you would expect from an SCS default map. Perfect balance between detail and optimization. I think I have the sequence of my mods wrong though. The fall mod and the realistic colors, realistic environment mod, I think they're intertwined. They're switched in terms of the load order. You can see the trees are a bit too green on the distance. I think that should be a bit more subtle, because the realistic environment mod tones down the colors, and the early fall mod switches them to brown, but some of them might be not too toned down in terms of colors, so maybe they're not fully compatible, and sometimes it produces a bit of an awkward combination. But we'll see. Check it out. But yeah, at some points that one looks very nice, the combination of the trees. At some points this one is not bad, but yeah, you can see that green shiny tree right there in the distance. It's a bit awkward. Oh, engine malfunction again. Newport, save us. The friendliest town. We need your friendship. OMG. Oh, I see the mechanic. We are saved, guys. We will not be saved in terms of finances, but at least we will be back to normal. And I'm going to try and drive safer from now on, because it's painful to drive recklessly, clumsily, like I usually do. Where's the mechanic? Here it is. There it is. Look at how red that is. What an embarrassing situation. Oh, look at that. Truck damage is 33k. Co-insurance is 700. We have to pay 2,330. Oh, that kind of sucks. Look at the chassis. More than halfway finished. The engine, transmission. I have no face to show. I have no face to show. And while we're at it, I have Smarties wheels now. Yeah, I do. Yeah, some of the tires have been unlocked, so I can actually get like an Alcoa set here. I do like the company Alcoa. I've been reading a podcast, and I've been hearing very good things about the management. 2-piece flange nuts, yes. What am I using right now? Standard, yeah, that won't do. Can we get an Alcoa Chrome? I don't get it. I think it's locked. Yeah. Let's go with that in the meantime. So, Smarties nuts. SCR hub. Yes, that's perfect. Also do the same here. Yeah, that Alcoa should do the trick. I think we'll have to change the tires though. Yes, I think we'll have to adjust the tires as well. This one changed it automatically to Michelin. It's a very nice set of tires. This one didn't. So we'll get that. Well, there's only Goodyear. Yeah, only Goodyear in Continental. And here we only have options for Canada. Ooh, nice. HDL, HDR. Not sure which is which for. Which treads those are for, but kind of look like the look of the HDR better. Let's go with that, HDR2. And this one, I'm not sure if that fits. Those might be different treads, huh? But I don't have anything else, so let's live with that. HA3, I think that fits better with the front. Yes, I think those are the right treads here. Let's go with that then. We'll switch it out later if I picked the wrong one, okay? Let me know in the comment section. But that looks much better, doesn't it? That looks more pro. Yeah. A fresh start. Oh, and transmission wise, we have an option for 13 speeds, but only 10 speed has the retarder. Okay, let's level up more before we upgrade that. Good. And we are back. Fresh start. Let's keep it clean from now on. Good. Right, how far do we have to go? 180 miles. Okay, perfect. We can do some Q&A. Now, what I can do as well is I can exit from here so I can turn right on red. So I don't have to wait on the traffic light. It's a bit cheaty. A bit sneaky. But arguably, it's legal. Good there, yes, okay. Perfect. 101, yes, that's where we're headed. Okay, let's do some Q&A. We are continuing from the questions from Jack. If you haven't watched the previous session, go and check out the ETS2 episode, the previous one, episode 241, I think. You should have had the last Q&A session there. And all the Q&A sessions have a tag in the title. You can search for it. The bracket, open, close bracket, and Q and A inside. Letter Q, ampersand, and then A, all caps. So you can use that as a search to get access to all the Q&A episodes. So let's read this from Jack Spanner. Is there a game or sim that you played and disliked from the very start? Now, as a pretty goldfish memory guy, I'm not the best at answering this, but I can share some insights. I think I have a game in mind, but I have this general pattern, how do you say, general behavior that is not very pleasant. I am very prone to getting influenced, getting hyped up by games, and sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes that can be very bad and very expensive. So sometimes there are games where I get hyped because of the social media, because of the trailers, because of all the chatter going on, and sometimes when the game releases, it's a bit of a letdown. And so I've had instances where I played something, I was really waiting for something. This is so good here. When I finally got it, it was actually a bit of a letdown, and I didn't play it anymore. And I've had a couple of those in the past few months as well. So it's not like I grew from that already. It's not like I learned from my lesson already. So I still get that from time to time. And then I would have this like sunk cost fallacy. Oh crap, we cannot afford to get penalties. We don't have money. Okay, I have to be more careful. Yeah, so I am prone to make those mistakes, and I have this sunk cost fallacy problem as well. This is a common behavioral problem to all us humans. If you're not familiar with that term, the sunk cost fallacy, it's about when you buy something, and even if you know that it's not what you want to like make it your money's worth, or you want to pour over more effort into it because you already spent on it. Like for example, I buy a game for $30, and it turns out the game is sucky, and I would be like, instead of just quitting the game and not playing it at all, I would like play it as much as I could, because I wanted to get my money's worth. But if you look at it, even if you play it so long, it doesn't really give you back your $30. Actually, you lose even more time when you play it, and if you're not liking it anyway. So I have that problem as well sometimes, that when I don't like a game, I try to force myself to like it because I paid for it already. And sometimes it can be beneficial because sometimes you discover, oh, this is actually a good game, I just needed to get used to it. But sometimes, and more often than not, this is the case, it doesn't really work out. So I've had a couple of games like those. They are like amazing games, but I either outgrew them, I'm not in the mood for them, my taste has changed, or it's just not for me. Or sometimes they're really just sucky. But usually the games I buy, they are pretty good, but they're not my type. That's the more common problem for me. So like some of the games I recently played, like what was that? The 2 Point Hospital is a very good game, but I discovered when I bought it, I actually outgrew it already. Like the nostalgia from Theme Hospital was so intense that I really wanted to play it. But once I got the chance to play it, I realized, oh, Theme Hospital was something I liked years back. But now I don't really like it that much anymore. So it's not for me anymore. And I didn't refund it because I kept thinking to myself, I'll play it, I will like it again. And I didn't. I didn't have a chance to play it anymore. So it's in my library. And it's basically a wasted money for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually very, very good. It's just not my type anymore. Similarly, I had Conan Exiles. It's a very nice survival game, a lot of fans, but when I tried it, I hated it because it was too grindy for me, and I had no patience anymore to level up, do the grind, work on those things. Oh crap, please don't. Okay, thank you. There we go, 10th gear. Man, this is so good. Scenery is so good. Love it. Perfect time to do Q&A, isn't it? And so, wait a minute, why don't I have a mug here? Oh, I forgot to get my Clumsy mug for the new foggy weather. Yeah, that's my bad. Anyway, so yes, 2 Point Hospital, Conan, what else? Some other games. I'm sure I bought some other games, and I kind of regretted it. Yeah, my taste has been, I could say, evolving or shifting, I think is the more proper term. Shifting towards simulators now. I don't have really enough brain power or enough brain capacity to be invested in a game that's heavy on the story, like a full-on RPG. Like I remember before, I used to love Dragon Age. I really would play it from end to end. I would get all the trophies and all the achievements, get like the platinum trophy. I remember getting the platinum trophy before in PlayStation because I finished all the trophies. I got all the trophies, like all the achievements. I finished the game 3 times, unlocked everything, and was so involved with the story. But now, when I think about it, when I think about doing something similar to a brand new game, like I would get tired just thinking of it. I don't know, I'm just getting old probably. So my taste is definitely shifting. And before, if I would have like jumped at Mass Effect, jumped at Fallout, now when I think about it, I get exhausted. There's so much to do, and I don't have that much to give. So I don't think I will be getting into those games anymore. Yeah, so the shift is real. And now that's why I'm more into simulation. Because with simulation, you get a taste of the real life goodness. You learn a lot. You can jump in and out anytime. You can spend like 30 minutes, do something, jump out, and you would be okay. Volvo VNL. And you'd be fine. And it's just so relaxing. It's perfect after a hard day's work. So recently it's been kind of stressful at my work. Lots of things to do. Albany. Oh, we're in Albany now. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't I have to move and discover Eugene? Yes, I had to. So we do have to circle back here. Yeah, that's the way. So I should be slowing down now. Almost missed that turn. But yeah, my taste has been really shifting. And I think I'm growing old. That's basically it. Also first-person games, first-person shooters. Aside from getting like slower, having like slower reflexes now, it's just I don't like the action that much. I mean, sometimes I do, but more often than not, I'm happy with the chill stuff. I mean, chill gaming after all, right? So yes, I think getting into Sims, not the Sims, but simulation is more my thing now. And I'm going to focus more on trucking, on farming. Trains even not so much, because they also require a lot of time investment. And if you guys notice, Transport Fever has stopped. I'm stopping that as well in the meantime until an update comes or until I get more inspiration, because I don't know, the interest has been waning, and I think it's better I focus on some other stuff. Oh man, it would have been so nice to get 1.33 in ATS right now, huh? With the beautiful rain effects from 1.33. Have you guys seen it? If not, go and check out one of my videos in ATS2. We show how that looks. Well, I show how that looks. How the physics, how the raindrops actually get affected by the wiper. You can actually wipe the drops now. They don't just disappear. And the drops are like affected by your movement. If you're driving, if you're moving forward, then the drops kind of fall diagonally. If you're not, then they fall like horizontally or so. Wait a minute. Is this where I should be? I think this is the one. But this is kind of confusing. Come on. That's a very huge left turn signal. I think the flares kind of magnified it a bit. The lights. It's really raining. Now it's really pouring. There we go. Good thing we already had our screenshot. And those particles are from fog weather. Very nice particles. Especially when a car overtakes you. When a car is in front of you and you kind of are the world's most happy cattle. What the heck is that all about? Is that a real life advertisement? Yeah, when someone is like driving in front of you and you're kind of eating their dust, eating their water particles, it looks so good in the windshield, especially with 1.33. So the combination of foggy weather particles and the 1.33 physics, rain effects, magnificent. And what's best, what's more, doesn't hurt performance that much. I don't think that it has an effect. Perfect. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, the days has been really shifting, and I think that's why I've only come to realize it like a few months ago, that my taste has really been changing. Oh, there we have a Volvo dealer here. This is what you guys have been telling me. When I released my Volvo VNL video, I was asking, I was not sure, and I thought there wasn't a Volvo dealer in Oregon, but apparently there is, and it's here. So that's the answer. Oregon, in Eugene. We have a Volvo dealer in Eugene, in Oregon. That's good. Let's go around and get back on the road, deliver this, and get some coffee. Some hot coffee, perfect for this rainy weather. The thing is, oh crap, slow down, make sure we fit in there. Yeah, no problem, And if you guys have noticed, I've been enjoying farming sim quite a lot recently. The multiplayer aspect is really so fun. I actually just rented a server, a dedicated server for it. And patrons and subs, Twitch subs, are more than welcome to join. The password is in the Discord and the subs directory and the subs chat. Oh, my bad. And you're more than welcome to join. We're still testing it though. We're like tweaking which server to get, which company, and like which area to locate the server in. Right now it's in Taiwan. It's not so bad, but we will have to check. Jack, I think, is getting a bit of lag in there, so we'll have to see if others will get as well. Chi, I think, Chi Sport has been playing with us as well, and I think his ping is his latency is acceptable. It's like 60 milliseconds, so not really bad. I'm getting 40. Jack is getting 140. I don't think it's bad at all. Another Greyhound bus. Let's stay away from that guy. But yeah, in terms of that question, that is how it is right now. Sims all the way. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same. I'm sure some of you guys feel the same as I do. Maybe we went through the same transition. Or maybe you're still in that phase where you're into the heavy investment stuff. Wow, that's a very quick left turn. Barely enough to get through. Good. Alright, so thanks for the question, Jack. He has another one. Out of every peripheral you have for your PC, what one has made the most impact your gameplay choices? That is a very interesting question. Yeah, because of simulation, because of these sims, I've been getting more and more stuff on my desk, and I actually don't have space anymore. But yeah, the most influential for sure has been the steering wheel. But yeah, and so that's why I revolve around the games which involve it, which can tap it. And if the game, like a driving game, doesn't support the wheel decently, I get really frustrated. This is why I got a bit frustrated with Farm Sim 19, because upon release it had a lot of problems. Well, as until now it has a lot of problems with the steering wheel. It takes a huge time investment to properly set it up. So it's kind of a irritating thing when you're like have a driving sim and it's not supporting the steering wheel properly. Like, why? So that's really that's why the games I play revolve around it, so I can maximize the use of my steering wheel. And I really love driving, really enjoy driving, so most of the decisions go there. But on top of that, it's mostly a combo of the steering wheel and or the track IR. So these are the two like major considerations I put in if I'm looking at playing a sim. Does it support the steering wheel properly? Is it compatible with track IR? Because if it's not, then it's kind of a turn off. It doesn't mean I don't play it, but it just means it's less likely that I play it. Because track IR is such a magnificent invention. A few years ago, before I got into truck sim, I had no clue what a track IR was. I think the first time I saw it was when I watched Squirrel stream, and I was thinking like, oh, is that real? Is that like a real technology now? And wait a minute, is this the one? Is this our turn? Yes, it is. Like I could not imagine that it was possible to track your head movement using a camera and some reflectors or IR sensors, which now I'm thinking of is not really that impossible, but back then I was not really familiar with the recent advances in technology, and so wrong gear. It was a bit strange to me. yeah, the Track IR is such a fancy gadget. It's very expensive, but there are a lot of cheaper alternatives. Face Track No IR, Open Track, or all those kinds of stuff. They're not as polished and not as perfect in terms of performance, but at least you get something, right? So yeah, it's a very nice thing to have, and the ability to look so naturally like that, look around so naturally, that is such a heaven sent benefit. Because I remember when I started playing ATS and I first got my G27, it was a real game changer, coming from the keyboard, switching to the Xbox controller, jumping into G27 with the steering wheel. But then when I got the steering wheel and my head was like that, it wasn't moving, I had to use the mouse to look around, and the mouse movement in Truck Sim is not very smooth, it's very fidgety, and there's like the recentering option is like it snaps. It doesn't move smoothly like that, like that, even faster, like instant. It doesn't flow, it switches to a different view with the hotkeys. So I didn't like it. It was a bit irritating for me. It was a pet peeve. So I really wanted to get a Track IR as soon as possible, but because it was a bit pricey, I had to save up for it a bit. But when I got the chance, I really purchased it immediately, and now I'm not regretting it one bit, because having the ability to look around like that is such a realistic and immersive experience. That's why even in farming, I really force myself. I really force it and do my best to make it work, even if it's a bit buggy. But yeah, this is also kudos to SCS for really supporting the hardcore sim community, simulation fans, the ones who have the steering wheel, the Track IR, all the other gadgets, panels. Like, they support all these, they support all the buttons. It's like innately supported. The toggles, the switches, you can set your buttons as switches and all that stuff. It's so good, it's so good. And I'm so happy that SCS supports all of these. I wish more developers would have that kind of focus, more for the simulation guys. So yeah, that's really one of the most influential, actually not one of the most influential things in my book. How far are we away? Didn't realize we've been driving for so long. It's actually 10 p.m. already. Wow, 50 miles away. Okay, but that's okay. Little bit of night driving won't hurt anybody. Good. Right. So that is that topic. That's a very interesting topic, actually. Thanks for asking that, Jack. And then he says, what are your thoughts on VR? Yes, that might be the next level peripheral, huh? Although, to be honest, I'm not such a fan of VRs of the moment. I guess it gives out the most immersion, that's true. But I think it's more of a personal limitation on my end, because I have limited space in my desk. I cannot move around really. So the VR might be interesting, might be even more immersive, like Track IR, but really seeing everything. Your entire vision is filled with the game. That's such an amazing concept. But I wish there is a way to make the VR headset wireless. Or is there already? Because if there is, I might try and save up for one. Because if something is wireless, if the VR headset is wireless, then you can really move around. And you don't have to get limited by like the cords entangling you. You can move around, rotate as much as you want. Now that would be VR. And if they could maybe make the headset lighter, not sure. I also haven't tested it myself, so I'm not sure if I'll get like queasy or if I'll get nauseous. Because they say that the VR experience is quite different and it takes some getting used to. And some people just aren't built for VR. But I think eventually it will be the future. Yeah, streaming has already evolving to support VR. Like before, I remember VR was not a thing, but now if you look at Elite Dangerous streams, a lot of people are playing in VR. They have face cams where they are wearing a headset, and they can actually read chat as well. Like they can integrate the view, and like on this part, they can look here, and here they would see the Twitch chat, so they can still interact with viewers even if they're wearing VR. And that's such a nice concept, right? Having an overlay for chat like here, so you don't have to look at a separate monitor. You can just have VR everything. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting excited. But yeah, maybe one of the main roadblocks for me would be, of course, the price and the cables. If there is a wireless version that comes out, I would be happy to try it and save up for it maybe. But yeah, also one of the major considerations is the game support. Not every game supports it, and I think it's a bit unoptimized yet. Not yet so optimized. Because I think you would need like more power on your PC to support it. Because what does it do? Does it like render twice the scene or something? But I know it's not like, oh crap. Oh no! Oh no! Oh man, I saw that traffic light too late. But at least we didn't get in an accident, so that's, I guess, a good thing. Yeah, I'm happy with that already. But fine. But yes, I would love to try VR as well. It's just that my funds don't allow it at the moment, and I'm not very up to date with the recent developments, like the support for games. Are there more games supporting VR now? Are they optimized? Like if I'm getting 60 frames in a normal monitor, am I going to get 60 frames as well in the VR? Or does it require significantly more like powerful PC? Things like that. So I have not gone into research with it, but I think eventually it would be a very nice deal. I guess the only drawback then is even if I could see chat, you cannot see my eyes anymore. I mean, I can have a webcam in there, a face cam, but you won't see my eyes. You'll see me wearing the VR headset, and I kind of won't be looking at you directly. So it kind of feels silly at times, but I guess it's just a matter of getting used to that concept. Yeah, but I'm sure the VR experience would really be so immersive. The hard thing as well about VR is you would not have access to your keyboard anymore. It's not so accessible because you cannot look at it, right? You cannot see your keyboard. You have to like remove your headset or feel the nooks and crannies of the keyboard and play it by feel, so to speak. But yeah, that needs to be done as well. So normally, if you're going VR, then you would have to have your entire peripheral available to you based on touch. Like I don't have to look at my steering wheel to know where the buttons are. I can feel them. I don't have to look at them. Yeah, all the buttons, the steering wheel, I can feel by touch. So I can access them by touch. Unlike the keyboard, where you normally have to like look at it, or you can use like by touch as well because you have like these nooks, right? These jutted things on the F and J keys, and you can use that for touch typing, but it still won't be that accessible, won't be that fast. So I guess the next step would be like to synchronize how your gadgets look like in real life, how they are positioned, and seeing that somehow in VR, like, I don't know, augmented reality kind of thing. Like if I look down like this, I'll see my keyboard, and I can use my arms, see my arms touching the keys. That would be something else. But yeah, maybe that would like bridge the gap between what you see virtually and what you see in real life, and then you can see both and have access to everything. That might be a possible future improvement. I don't know how it works, how it would work out, but yes, that's, I think, as close as it will get. I know Truck Sim already supports VR in a way, but not too much yet. There is only a very small percentage of the community who is using VR. I know we have some people over here, some viewers who are using VR already, and I've heard it can get quite buggy, especially with newer updates. So it's not too mainstream yet, but when it does become mainstream, then I'm sure the game support will also follow. It's like a chicken and egg thing. Like, should the game support be there first, or should the VR be mainstream first? Although, yeah, if the games don't support it, then it will not become mainstream, so someone has to go first. Something like that. Ooh, a Clumsy trucker. Why did he stop? I think he wants to talk to me. Bro, what's up? Yeah? Okay, sure. Take care. Almost there. There we go. Okay. But yes, I'm really excited for VR. But I'm unsure how the future is about that. So you guys let me know if you have a different point of view, if you have more info. I'm sure some people here are more up to date than I am, more in tune with the recent developments in the VR world. So let me know. Like, some of the games that I've played support VR, like Elite Dangerous, Subnautica, and I can only imagine if you're using VR with those devices, with those games. I mean, my goodness, that would be super immersive. Yeah, wherever you look, you're inside the game. My goodness, yeah, definitely something that I would want to try. Not sure how it would work though, because I mean, in my setup specifically, goodness, it doesn't want to stop. Oh yeah, because this is 27 tons, and yeah, someone told me you can only brake using your drive axles, so the less drive axles you have, the less braking power you have. And I think we only have a 6x2 here, so only one axle is actually braking. And when you have a 27 ton haul like this, it doesn't get easier. That's why I have to give more allowance for braking. It's not like the normal trailers. Wow, now it's totally pitch black, huh? Almost there, last turn. Yeah, I'm having difficulty as well imagining how my setup would be like then. Because if you've seen my stream, if you've seen me stream where I have a face cam, you would see how close the mic is to my mouth. Like ASMR-ish close, because I'm a very soft-spoken guy, and if I don't get close to the mic, you won't hear anything. And if I have a VR headset, then my mic would be, I would be touching the mic, I would be hitting the mic already. So I have to get, maybe, I don't know, get also a different mic, find some kind of compromise. I have no clue. Maybe use a lapel, or I don't know, some other kind of mic. But yeah, it's not I think my current setup will not support VR. Have to have a lot of adjustments. Thankfully, VR is not yet going to go mainstream anytime soon, so I don't think I have to jump into that. In the meantime, what I'm eyeing right now, and it's getting more and more temptuous, I'm getting more and more tempted with it, is a new chair. I've seen a new office chair that is made by the same company, more or less, as the gaming chair I was looking at before. I was looking at this Secret Lab gaming chair, fancy leather seats and everything, but leather seats are not practical in a climate like Singapore, especially because I don't have the air conditioning always enabled, so leather is not good. But they just released this week a new set of office chairs, mesh and everything like that. Oh crap. Let me turn that off. Turn off the lights. And turn off the engine properly. Thank you. So yeah, those chairs I might look at. They're so expensive though. My goodness, they are super expensive. We'll see how it works. Good work. Yeah, not excellent because we kind of got damaged by that Greyhound bus because of our rubbernecking. Almost 2% damage, but look at the experience there. Massive. And we earned 13k. That's fine. Not too bad. We earned a little there. Good. Perfect. Let's call it a night, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this one. And as always, I'm looking forward to your comments. And please make sure to like the video. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this one. Helps me out a lot. Thanks. Have a nice day. Clumsy Trucking, and catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye. I'm going to toot now. Now that's a horn. Not like the Volvo piano horns. Catch you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.